In this video, we're going to uncover how our leaders are abusing their power, betraying the trust of the people, bending the law for their own gain. It's time to shed light on the truth they don't want you to see.
What I found out for the 2025 budget, ang lumalabas dito, isipin mo, yung isa doon sa NEP, 2.5 billion pesos ang DPWH budget niya. Most likely, this is for flood control or other infra. Pero nung dumating na sa GAA, lumobo ito ng 20.9 billion. So it means nadagdagan ng 18.4 billion. Yung distrito lang na yan. What is your take? Do you have an explanation? What are your thoughts?
Alam mo kasi pagdating sa BICAM, konti na lang yung nag-uusap. Ang masama, okay pa yung BICAM kasi meron pa mga maaayos doon eh. Ang pinakamahirap dito kung nagkaroon na nung small BICAM. Bali, tatatlo na lang yung nag-uusap dyan. Tapos kukunti na rin ang mga technical people na nandyan. Minsan pinapaalis na nila lahat para silang tatlo na lang siguro at isang pagkakatiwalaan na lang nila to record everything. Doon mo makikita yung horse trading na nangyayari. Kaya if you look at what happened to the 2025, nadagdagan ng 214 billion yung DPWH. No? From the NEP, President's budget, naging 214 billion ang dagdag. Pero tingnan mo yung nangyari doon sa DepEd, binawasan ng 11 billion. 12. Yes. Mga 11 point something. Yeah. So, tapos nakita mo yung DOTR, nabawasan ng 92 billion. Kasi nga ang ginawa nila, may deprioritization, especially dun sa mga foreign funded na project or foreign assisted na project. Nilagay nila ngayon sa program. Kaya talagang significant yung reduction. Yung DSWD, I believe, nabawasan ng mga ilan condition. Tapos kung ano-ano pa yung mga binawas. Alam nyo ba na hindi lang lumalabas yan, pati NCIP binawasan ng 400 million. So maraming mga ginawa. Pati yung mga priority na mga MUP, pension, at pati yung 4Ps na very well established yung parameters niyan at yung sistema niyan, talagang significantly from the program, nilagay siya sa unprogram. Kaya deprioritization na naman yan. Pero tingnan mo, isipin mo, gumawa sila ng AKAP na walang kasi sistema. Nilagay nila yan despite the fact na sinasabi na nga ni Secretary Rex na ayaw ko yung AKAP na yan. Insist pa rin nila yan. Obviously, isa lang ang purpose noon. Unang-una, pagkakaperahan nila. Pangatlo, gagamitin nila sa election. Kaya nga na-label yan as the most corrupt na budget.
Now, Mayor, our legislators, whether they are senators or congressmen, kasi a source tells me, pati senator daw hindi lang congressman, are they parking funds in provinces, right? Like ito, yung dalawang probinsya na yun, no, na allegedly in Mindoro, why would they have 20 billion, 21 billion sa 2025 budget for DPWH? May nagtanong nga sa akin, anong tinatayo nila dyan? Skyway ba? Diba? Diba? Skyway na ba do they park? Ganun na ba ang racket ngayon? Why do they do this? What's the system?
Alam mo kasi, mismong isang senator ang nagsabi sa akin na, alam mo, Mayor Benji, grabe ang pagbabawas nila sa amin sa Senado. May pa-parking pa sila. Dati-rati raman, wala naman yung parking ngayon. Na yan. Ngayon, may pa-parking. Unang-una, hindi ko nga maintindihan yung parking na yan. Saka ko naintindihan na lang nung nalaman ko na, meron pala. Alam mo kasi, all you have to do is go over the GAA. Makikita mo dun yung nakaranking kasi yung bawat distrito dyan. Kaya makikita mo kagad kung sino yung most privileged na distrito dyan. Pero ang problema sa mga mambabatas natin, they don't really read yung entire GAA.
Yes.
Ang titingnan lang nila dyan is, nakita ko ba yung distrito ko? Okay yung distrito ko. Okay na. Satisfied na sila dyan. But they don't look at the entire GAA. Babasahin nila yan na maayos. Hindi ganun ang ginagawa. That's the way it was explained to me. They don't really care kung anong may bigay sa ibang lugar. Basta importante lang sa kanila is distrito ko.
Oo.
Have you been to a budget hearing of the HOR? When you go there, ako ilang beses ako nag-attend yan. Puro parochial concern yan.
Oo.
Puro ako sa amin, puro ganun lang ang hinihingi lahat ng mga yan. Nothing strategic, nothing that would support the national interest. Ang tinitingnan lang nila dyan is para sa akin, para sa distrito. Yan lang.
Oo. Maganda punto niyo, Mayor, kasi sinabi nga ni Senator Sherwin Gatchalian kahapon at ni Congressman Toby Tiangco, ang budget kasi, unang-una, ang kapal-kapal niya, like roughly 7 books, right? So, hindi mo babasahin lahat. Pero
Yes.
what's interesting is I have Congressman Toby Tiangco telling me he was asking for a soft copy. Ni wala daw soft copy. So how would you change? Because you did say you are willing to lead the probe into the corruption involving legislators and government officials with infra projects. But if you were going to change the system, how would you change it? Para hindi makalusot sa budget.
Well, unang-una siguro, dapat yung BICAM maging transparent yan. Kasi yung budget hearing sa level ng executive, naman yan very transparent yan Ang problema natin yung BICAM. Isa yan sa mga kailangan natin tutukan talaga. Kaya nga nag-iingay na kami ngayon Kasi we don't want the same circumstances that will happen for the 2026. Na nung 2025, deliberation ng 2025, tahimik lahat Nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
Kaya talagang very bold, emboldened yung mga nasa small BICAM to do their trade and come up with this, very corrupted na 2025 na budget. This time, we don't want it to happen ditong 2026. Kaya we're now building a coalition. Kami, Mayors for Good Governance, meron pang ang gagawin na Governors for Good Governance, tatayo. Tapos yung National Budget Coalition, yung mga retired generals, pati na rin yung Catholic Bishop of the Philippines, pati na rin yung mga Christian bishops. And marami na kaming ngayon and we're going to hold a special event sa Metro Manila, hopefully before the end of this year or early next month. Before the end of this month or early next month. Para talagang emphasize namin yan.
Now, what should President Marcos Jr. do? Because he did, in a way, in his SONA, I would say he warned Congress that if they come up with a budget that's not aligned to his, he would return it. That's one. Mahiya naman kayo, right? That's one. Number two, he comes out with this report, but he talks about the contractors. But at the end of the day, the alleged corruption really started in the House, where his relative is the Speaker. It's the Speaker who has control of the budget. So what do you make of this? Is the President being two-faced? Is he being weak? What should he do more? At the end of the day, galing naman ito sa mababang kapulungan. Kamag-anak niya ang nagpasa ng budget na to sa mababang kapulungan.
Well, yan ang nakakalungkot, Nakakalungkot siya na for the past 3 years tahimik lang ating presidente. Pero siguro nakita niya na he has to leave a legacy. And that's the opportunity is for the next 3 years. Siguro naisip na rin niya na talagang someone is bringing down my administration single-handedly. Kaya siguro gumalaw na siya. Hindi lang niya medyo madiretso, pero I've been hearing words, I've been hearing information or getting information na talagang galit na rin siya.
Actually, nauna kayo. You exposed yung kalokohan ng pagbibigay ng ayuda. So I wanted to ask you about this. So you have Representative Toby Tiangco saying that, I will quote, "Pag sumama ka sa Bagong Pilipinas Serbisyo Fair ni Speaker Martin Romualdez, dun ka daw bibigyan ng 777. Ito 7 million worth of AKAP, 7 million worth of TUPAD, 7 million worth of AIX, 7 million worth of MAIP. Ito yung medical assistance. So he says technically this isn't cash given to you, but it's set aside for you, right? And,
Yes.
and you were actually offered. You were offered this same amount.
Well, alam mo kasi may totoo yan, Karen, We were also offered, pero siguro mas lesser na amount kasi
Oo.
ito na yung sa local government na eh. Pero ang maganda nito is, alam mo, nung nilabas ko yan, di ba inaccuse pa nila ako na nagsisinungaling ako at gumagawa lang ako ng istorya. Now, no less than someone in Congress is talking about it and confirming it. Alam mo, hindi lang 777 yan, Karen. Meron pa nga 30 yan eh.
Oh, wow.
30. Kung ikaw ang
30
nag-host.
each. Oh, my.
Yes. Kung ikaw ang host, kaya nga nag-uunahan silang mag-imbita eh. Kung ikaw ang host, you get 30. Kaya nga nahirapan yung mismong mga regional directors ng DOH, DOLE at DSWD. Baka ang problema nila kasi is mag-ulit-ulit redundancy. Sila na lang na beneficiary ang lagi na nabibigyan. Kaya kailangan nag-usap sila. Kaya sabi nga ng isang regional director, sa sakit ng ulo namin dyan sa 30 na yan. Sabi nila. Pero, alam mo ba na meron ng 777, meron pang 30. Alam mo ba na meron pang 999?
Ano
Meron
naman 999? Ano yun?
Oo. Yung mga certain members of Congress na medyo may position sa kanilang mga organization, sa political party nila, they don't get 777, they get 999. Inabi na sa akin yan isang beneficiary niyan. Siya na mismo nagsabi sa akin, Mayor, ako 999 eh.
Okay. Now,
So ang dami-dami nilang scheme,
Oo, ang daming, is this in violation? One of the budget process of the Supreme Court decision on PDAF? Yan ang tanong ko. Does this scheme violate the Constitution in any way?
Well, it completely, I would say completely, absolutely. And it's something unbelievable na pwede na lang, sumama ka lang, tapos kung sumama ka lang, you get 777?
Or 999?
999.
Or
Patapos
30.
per sortie. Per sortie yan, Karen. Paano kung naka-4 ka? Paano kung naka-6 ka? Yung iba nga, naka-6 sila. Until, nung nalaman na nung ibang mga member ng Congress na pag sumama ka pala, makakatanggap nito, dumami na, nag-volunteer. Kaya ang ginawa nila ngayon, nilimit na lang nila. Sumama ka ng napakaraming sortie, but you only get a maximum of 4. So that's still 4 times 21. That's still 84 million.
Yeah.
In terms of AKAP, yung mga yan.
Yeah. So technically, it really
Philippines is a truly beautiful country, but it's incredibly frustrating to see the image of our beautiful country being tainted, largely because of the actions of some people in power who have acted more like tyrants than leaders.